after about 40 minutes, Mr. J got his Combiner Wars together, and it'll probably stay that way. He's a big guy. He wins. So there's that. So here is the G1 counterpart. He does have like they'll work. There we go. He can shoot his fists into his balls. So he has that over that. He has that over that. We're gonna move him out of the way because he's really fragile and sometimes he falls apart. So yeah, there's this comparison. Here is the here's a third party figure, Hercules, and he is a little unstable. He's a little top heavy. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. So there's Hercules, and he's got he does have a couple things over you. He does have a little light up in the eyes. It's supposed to have a visor, on there. I lost the visor. The other thing that he can do, he can do this. I don't think yours can do that. He can flip you off. You can. I mean, this. I'll probably do like a full review of this guy, but I'm not gonna go too in detail. This is Articulation because it's really not fair. Because this is a third-party figure, so that's kind of like what third-party figures are. They're about making Transformers more like. A lot of the times they'll make Transformers of figures that Hasbro's never done, or that they only did like the G1 version, but then they like what's that one that's like a little boat? It's like blue and yellow. You know what he's called?
Seaspring?
Seaspring or something like that. But anyway, so like that figure, like he was done in the G1, and then there's a metallic version of it that's also a G2 version of the figure. It's still G1, but it's just a repaint with a metallic. But that's it. They've never done another figure of that. They've never done another one.
Yeah,
Seaspring. So yeah, they've never done another one, but there are several like okay, here for example, like the Seekers. Like which Seekers have they done? Like Hasbro, like official Hasbro. You have Starscream. You have technically Jetfire's a Seeker. Technically. Depending on which lore you go by. Thundercracker they have done, and Skywarp. Those are the only ones they've ever done. Have they ever done the Coneheads besides the G1 version?
Yes. They did it for Siege. I have
Was there a Siege one?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have Earthrise.
But I guess my point is like up until Siege, your only options for Seekers was Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracking if they released them, and then the G1 version. So if you want it like more cartoon accurate, you had to go third party.
And then they had the Target exclusive had the Ring Trio.
Yeah. So he doesn't sit very well on my countertop. He kind of slides a little bit, which is why I had him over here. He sits better over here. So now, grand finale, a comparison. Who would win in a fight? So it's busted because I have him in the alt version of I have it in one of the special ones. I should do
four-legged mode.
The four-legged mode. I should probably do the other version because there's so much weight down on this leg that it's like now it does that. It comes off very easily. But essentially, this is the Devastator version from the movie. And I can't bring him up, right? To see who is taller. And I can't bring him up. That was going to happen.
He's still taller.
Oh yeah, he's still going to be taller. Now, the neck is going to be up like this because I have it in the alt form. But I could probably bring him down a little bit. Bring these out. Probably bring the head down. So, I mean, now I could bring his head down. But, he's going to be kind of goofy because I have him in the four-legged mode. It's still holding up pretty well. But yeah, he's not going to stand very well because he's in an alternate transformation, and I'm also using Skipjack because he's so red. He's so red that I just prefer, and plus I think it was Skipjack in the movie anyways that combined, because didn't Rampage get killed by Bumblebee, something like that. So yeah, here's the Studio Series version of Devastator. I mean, I don't have him in the correct transformation form to really get the correct height.
Remember they did a Studio Series of this one?
It'd be ridiculous. You had enough trouble with that one as it was.
Good hell, dude. Studio Series was easy to transform.
Yeah, I transformed it. I think I saw that video. I think I don't know if I do or not.
No, I'm talking about the Studio Series from the movie.
Oh, really?
That's how it showed it.
That just looks goofy. I would prefer.
Hold on.
Yeah, I prefer this way. So it looks nicer. The one thing that I will say about this, and I'm gonna try to do it. Yeah, it still holds up. Couple issues that I do have with this figure. If you guys get this figure, I want to point this out right now. This part right here is a pain in the freaking butt. Like, so there's two pegs that pegs into this. Now, like.
It says 8 years old and up.
8 years and up, yeah. He's 56. He's not that old. But so like the original Devastator 2, you see how the whole arm moves and the tracks move with it, like that. And then even if we go to G1, so G1, the right arm doesn't move because it's actually in a straight peg, but this one does move. But you can see how it moves with the tracks. Okay? And it's, a little wobbly and old, very old. Whereas...
That was down. Move that over.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because I'm looking at the picture of the box, and that has a power to it. One thing to take deliberate if you are trying to transform this guy and you're not proficient in transforming Transformers, and you need to use the instructions. Sometimes I have to use them too, because it's like, what in the living crap?
They're terrible instructions.
They're terrible instructions, one. Two, the picture, here are the instructions, and they are, this is for ages 8 and up. The problem is that the way they do the arrows are not very efficient. It's just personal opinion.
You have like a dark purple on gray.
So, as you can see here, and I'm bringing it back, you see how the tracks stay in place because of the way the transformation happens. So only this part moves. Honestly, I guess I'd have to watch. The one thing that's kind of bugging me now that I'm looking at this, and I feel like I guess I'd have to. I mean, you can't really go by the cartoon because there's always different painting things. Yeah. But like, I feel like as a figure, if they're releasing this for $150, or I think it was originally $100 when it came out back in 2016, maybe it was $150 then too. Couple things that I have issues with. One, you see how here it's purple, and over here it's yellow, or like a greenish yellow. I don't see why this one couldn't be painted purple too. I mean, even on the box art. I mean, sometimes you'll see like box art will have more paint applications than the actual figure does. That happens sometimes, but not on the box. The box, but let's put the box over here. So here's the picture of the box. The box is pretty big, and you see how it also has the yellow on the tracks there too. Would it be nice to get a Devastator that looks like that? Like look how dark the green is. I'm sorry, my light's shining on it compared to what we actually get, which is fine. It's a nice box. I keep this box, by the way. I usually keep nice boxes, especially if it's over a certain amount of money.
There's no yellow on there.
No. Flip it around. I'm not saying yellow. I'm saying green. See how green it is?
Oh yeah, I know how it's darker green. Yeah.
It's like a darker green versus this is more like like a yellowish
but
green.
It's just like.
But this is like the G1, so. You know, I mean, some people can argue, oh, that's it's a false advertisement, but it's also that's the cartoon version versus what they did in the toy. And back then, they weren't all that adamant on making toys look like the show, but now they do because they use the toys in the show. Pretty much. The only thing I don't like the arms, the way they move. Like, and, you know, this is Mr. J's, so he'll be posing it the way he wishes, but like,
you can't get used to it. Be careful.
Yeah, I kind of like it this way. You know, the other thing is that it does have it. Okay, you can't turn it. I thought you couldn't turn this part. So yeah, for articulation, you have articulation obviously in the arm, hands, thumbs do not move at all. It has just a full finger close. We have the gun. So you have the gun, and the gun just kind of, and then you just close the fist on the gun, and then, so what you have to do is you have to turn the fist like this to get the gun in, if you want to get this kind of pose. And I don't have it in there tight enough right now. So to get that kind of pose, you kind of have to do that. And it does fit in both hands. One thing you can't do, the arms don't come together, which mine can bring the hands together, so you can hold the barrel like this. It has very good stability. Like, one thing that I have an issue on mine, and I'm going to show you this one here for the third-party version. The one issue I have right here is Scrapper. You see how this is right here? Sometimes this will move and then it falls over. And he'll lose all stability and fall over. And the G1 version is the exact same way. I feel the G1's a little bit more sturdy. It has like just the arms. You know, can you imagine that being the leader and you have to go like this the entire time? Like, go team! This one's kind of the same way, but the way the hands are out, that's kind of interesting.
So I think it helps with the stability.
Yeah, and like, I'm not trying to break it, but it has some really good. I feel like the legs are a little too long.
Well, just putting the legs on the torso made it bigger than the.
Yeah. Once the torso was bigger than mine, I already had mine fully almost together. Let's see, the head turns, but it can look left and right. That's it. I don't think. Okay, there is a. You can twist it, but only so far because of the back piece. So you can actually get this in some pretty nice poses. I mean,
well, it's a freaking robot. I mean, it's not.
Like I said, this is a Hasbro. This is a Hasbro release, so for him having like that much articulation, for it being as big as it is, it's pretty good. Like like I said before, don't pay more than $150. If you'd pay $200 for this, I'd have been mad at you. I'd have been like, you send that back. If you're like Mr. J said earlier, if you're one of those type of people that like to customize your figures, you could easily custom. This has a lot of paint applications on it that you could do. Like you can even do weathering on it, stuff like that. So yeah, overall, I like it, Mr. J.
Well, I would have bought it if I didn't like it.
Well, I mean, you tell me you have not bought something before, then you actually get it in hand. And you go, I don't like that.
Well, let's put it this way: if I were to spend $150 on something and decided I didn't like it, I'd be kind of stupid.
You'd be probably sending it back, you know. I have bought stuff that after a while, I didn't like it. So yeah, overall. I give it a B. I give it a B minus. I give it a B minus for effort for Hasbro. It's pretty good. Like I said, for me, like you know, I mean, if you're going for like a G1, I mean, like honestly, like if you're going like a G1, kind of like diorama or just like kind of like, you know, figures, like he scales really well. Like you could probably go with like maybe like a third-party Grimlock or even like the Studio Series version. And I think the height would be pretty. Mine's in the box still.
You know,
I think it would go.
You know what?
The other one I have is he's gonna grab is actually the Power of the Primes. So this is the Power of the Primes Grimlock. I think Grimlock's a little bigger than that compared to him.
No,
because didn't they have like a scuffle?
Yeah.
I would say Grimlock's about right here.
No, actually.
You don't think so?
No, because if you remember right, when they jumped out of the ship. Yeah, so the Dinobots take out Devastator, and
Yeah, it took all of them.
No, they were actually. I'd say probably.
I don't like the tail, but
yeah,
he's in bot mode because he doesn't. He's his same ability in.
Well, he's also the one that forms the body of.
Right. Well, I mean, Volcanus. He
I
does
think
not.
This one here probably scales just a little bit more better because again, like I said, Grimlock is the body.
Yeah.
The head.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're bigger, but they're dinosaurs too. So I feel like the Studio Series one is more accurate size. He might have to be just like a little bigger.
Well, no, because Grimlock wasn't the same size.
No. I'm saying I always thought Grimlock came to at least to his knee. Like this one doesn't come to his knees right here. But then again, it depends. I'm going by the cart. I'm going by the '97 movie. That's what I'm going by. And other medias, it's probably he's probably bigger or smaller. But yeah, overall, I like it. It's pretty good. I don't know if I want to buy this one. And the only reason like maybe right now is because there are other third party there's another Devastator that's out that I would be more interested in getting. That is actually not plugged in all the way. It is, but it feels like it's on my phone. Anyways, it's holding, so that's. Oh no, it popped out. Yeah, that's why. Oh, nope, I got it back in.
I don't know, maybe the scale bot, right?
Yeah, see, I thought they were almost the same, not the same size, but like thought they were like Grimlock could easily fight him on his own.
No.
Or not like fight him on his own, but anyways, it's hard to say because these things are never like fully in scale the way they're supposed to be compared to, and you would have to get Grimlock from Combiner Wars version to say about scale because like this is Combiner Wars, this is Power of the Primes, this was 2017.
But the thing is,
2018.
They're also part of Combiner, so they were also Combiners.
Right. Well, I know what I'm saying is like the line. This was from the Power of the Prime.
But there was no Grimlock for Combiner Wars.
Okay, so there was
and that particular also it's the scale,
and it's the distance too,
yeah.
the perspective distance too. So, like I said, like this was released in 2016, and I know they released a lot of the combiners because it's called Combiner Wars. All right, you're gonna copyright me.
Yeah.
That's why I paused. Anyways.
Oh,
that's gonna copyright me too.
Oh well.
And it's also perceptive, right?
Well, hold on, this is well.
Because of mass shifting, I think they get bigger when they transform.
No, that.
So he's about to his knees. Sledge is about to his knees.
That's pretty accurate.
Well, I mean his knees right here though. Yeah. I mean obviously he'd be smaller, but yeah. So yeah, I think he'd be like about right to here, but that's okay. Alright guys, so if you like this video, be sure to give it a big ol' like and everything, and I'm sure Mr. J will take lots of pictures on his display once he finds a spot for it, because I didn't see a spot for it.
Well,
there will be spots.
There is a potential move, and that's the only thing where y'all have to reach out.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll get out of my house.
Yeah.